Hey guys, this is Rise, and I'm here with Cholera and Klazart. That's right, we got the Godfather himself with us for a big triple commentary on a big MSL group, Group F. And this group has some big names in it. We got Jadon, we got Flash, we got Firebathero, we got Hwashin. Those are some huge names for one group. And unfortunately, two of them are going to not make it through, but of course, two will. We got a whole bunch of prediction here right now. I got to say, all these players are top 20 ranked Kespa players. And most of them are top 6 ranked Pro League players.
Super brack.
My predictions actually are Flash will beat Firebathero, and then Firebathero will face off Jadong, against Hwashin. Firebathero will beat Hwashin, and then he'll face Jadong in the final because I think Flash will beat Jadong, and then I think Flash and Firebathero will make it through. Cholera, what do you think?
Well, I think this is that's a good prediction. I mean, I am actually going for Flash and Jadong here. That is sort of the standard pick based on their notoriety, but I think it's going to go like this. The first game here is Flash versus Firebathero. I think Flash is going to take it because he is the best Terran versus Terran player out there, even though Firebathero, I would say, is actually number 2. So it will be close here. By the way, this is Carthage. And I think Jadong will have to crush Hwashin. Hwashin, especially if he goes Medic Marine, will not be able to face Jadong. We could be even seeing the Jadong build once again, the early Queen Lurker combination, because Hwashin, I know, loves his Medic Marine. And you know, I think Flash versus Jadong is going to be close. I think Jadong is going to beat Flash, though, in Game 3. And then I think Flash will beat Firebathero in the final game. So right now we have Firebathero at the lower right in yellow, and we have Flash here at the upper left in red. I mean, really, this is the group of death. The vagaries of the MSL group selection process have created this unique group that, you know, in other Star Leagues could actually be the final 4 of a Star League very easily. I could see, you know, these 4 players being the final 4, and this is only the round of 36. So I mean, we're going to see 2 great players depart, and you know, we'll see who they are. Klazart, are you excited as I am about this game?
Yeah, this isn't the group of death. This is the group of, oh my god, WTF, I just got pwned so badly, I don't even know what happened. Why the hell did I ever take up StarCraft to begin with? 2 of these guys are going to be licking their wounds very, very sorely after this matchup. And looks like Firebathero is sending his SCV out quite early, and he might be actually looking to, okay, he's going to scout. I thought for a second he was going to pause in front of his Natural Expo. So Firebathero is sending the early scout out. Flash just getting his supply depot down. Meanwhile, looks like he's worried about cheese or something, because he's not really scouting all the way, and he's pulling back. So I'm not exactly sure about Firebathero's scouting pattern, but yeah, I mean, for me, Flash and Hwashin, really, this is their chance to kind of stamp their authority here. They've both come close to establishing greatness. They've beaten good players, they've beaten top players, and yet at the same time, neither of them has really excelled and gone on and done the big thing and really put their name on the map. So there's kind of players that are almost there. Sorry, yeah, Firebathero and Hwashin, that's what I'm talking about. So this is their chance to really prove themselves, and who better to do it than against Flash and Jadong. But Firebathero has gotten a very early scout here into Flash's base, and
14.
And looks like
14?
Yeah, looks like he's expanding. He's fast expanding. So Firebathero, well, he scouted Flash, so that gives him a chance to kind of do what he wants to do, obviously.
Yeah, but it looks like Firebathero is the one to really kind of take the risk in this game. A lot of times you see Flash going for some risky builds, and it's kind of funny how it's going the other way around right here. Flash actually doing a pretty standard build. He looks like he's just going to go into a maybe an FD build or something like that, and he's going to scout Firebathero in about 2 seconds and see exactly what's going on. And Firebathero is building his barracks at a forward position. Sorry, I thought he was building something else. So it looks like he's going to try to do a little bit of a block here with that barracks once it's all ready. Maybe to try to stop Vultures from trying to harass this very quick command center that I really didn't expect them to go, especially against a player like Flash, who is so used to losing a 14cc, considering that's he lost about 5 of them in a row. I don't know how many months ago, maybe like 6 months ago. So maybe he's giving him a taste of his own medicine and seeing if he can pull it off against Flash, who had so much trouble with it. Oh wow, look at that pole.
I mean, this is going to be really tough here. We've seen Flash lose against Fantasy actually recently. I believe you and I did that cast, Rise. We did Flash versus Fantasy, where Flash went for that bizarre sort of drop strategy. Actually, you know what? I think I soloed that. But anyway, he faced Fantasy, who did 14 command center, and Flash was unable to deal with it. You know, he went for this strange sort of a fast drop strategy. But you know, the hard part is if he goes for a fast expand, and look at that, he loses his first Marine, doesn't do any damage. If he goes for a fast expand himself, which is looking like what he's going to do, he's going to actually just cement this economic disadvantage. Basically, he's saying, okay, I'm going to sacrifice having an economic edge against you. You're going to gain an economic edge, and I'm going to be fighting from behind, economically speaking, for the entire game. And it looks like since this is such an important game, you know, so much is on the line, he doesn't want to try for something even riskier than what he's doing right now, which usually, though, you know, would give him an advantage possibly, like a 2-fact build or a, you know, a fast 2-port rates. All those things are possibilities, but this is going to be so tough here because he's fighting against, in my opinion, the second best Terran in the world. You know, normally against an average Terran, I think he could pull this off, you know, just come back from slightly behind economically, but I don't know. Against Firebathero, someone who's very, very precise and just, you know, overall just doesn't really have any holes in his TVT game. This is going to be hard here, so Flash actually taking a very strong disadvantage in the beginning.
Yeah, Flash under the cosh right from the beginning, and you've got to give a lot of credit to Firebathero for having basically balls the size of Jupiter going up against Flash and going for that 14 CC, and you can see why he scouted. He knows that Flash has a propensity for sometimes cheesing and for proxying and all that sort of stuff, so that's why he scouted in that sort of odd pattern where he took his SCV initially to the side just to make sure that Flash wasn't sneaking in there with a very, very early SCV so that he would be safe when he went for the 14 CC. Obviously, if Flash had gone for something crazy, it would have been disastrous for Firebathero going for the 14 CC. He would have completely left himself exposed. As it is, it's surprising to see Flash not go down the tech route, but he obviously feels that he can make this game longer and he doesn't want to fall behind. But it's going to be tough. He's going to have to out macro or out micro and win some key early battles to bring himself back in.
Right.
That Marine wasn't completely wasted though, because he did get a single SCV kill on it, so he sacrificed the Marine to kill one SCV. And looks like Flash has got about 5 vultures out, but Firebathero is macroing quite well as well. He had his 2 facts going up a little while ago, so he's in a decent position. Armory now going up for Flash as well, and Flash with the 5 vultures, maybe he's going to just try and lay some mines on and try and do a little bit of crowd control, or try and sneak past that bunker and the barracks. And if he can maybe sneak through and kill a few SCVs, he might be able to equalize some of the economic advantage that his opponent has gained. But it's just a question of how much he's going to lose in the process if he does do that, and it's just a question of what Flash is thinking at this point. He knows that he's behind, and he knows, and look at that, Firebathero's actually got 4 factories compared to Flash's 2. Of course, Firebathero hasn't produced any military units to speak of. He's only got that 1 bunker, and if Flash had a siege tank, say for instance, at this point in time, he could, oh actually he does, so Firebathero's got about 4 vultures as well. So we're seeing a vulture battle that's going to go on in the middle of the map right now between these 2 players. Flash has a slight edge in terms of he's got a couple more vultures, and he's got the high runs. We've got a massive battle going on in the middle of the map here, and Flash is going to chase Firebathero away, and he managed to pick off one of the vultures. Now Firebathero's going to try and use the hard gun. Firebathero's already lost 2 of the vultures. It's going to be disastrous for Firebathero. He's going to lose a 3rd vulture. Flash only lost 1 vulture so far. He's killed 3 vultures of Firebathero. He's going to chase Firebathero right back to his base, and Firebathero's lifted his barracks up as well, so he doesn't have that wall blocking, and Flash might have a chance. Flash takes out another vulture, so Flash has killed about 4 vultures of Firebathero's, but Firebathero has got that economic advantage already kicking in, so I don't think he's done enough really to equalize the advantage there, but it's going to be close.
Yeah, now putting down his 5th and 6th factory, Firebathero definitely does have the infrastructure to deal with this attack in the very near future, whereas now we're seeing the 3rd, 4th, and 5th and 6th factories going down for Flash, so Flash really not very far behind it. Oh my god, look at the amount of mines out on the field. I gotta say, I wanted to go back to what you... Oh, he's mining on top of the mines. That's confusing. I want to say, before you were talking about Firebathero having balls. I gotta agree, that definitely was a ballsy move, and it looks like, Flash is actually heading back in for this attack and trying to do some more damage. Marine's even out at this point, getting out of the bunker, but that bunker is actually going to do a lot of good. Well, not anymore now that he lost his Marines to a couple of mines, but it looks like Firebathero actually going to come out ahead in this little skirmish, and he's going to force Flash to head back a little bit. Yeah, definitely 5-1 now, vultures to Flash's vultures, and Firebathero once again showing the amount of balls that he has as he takes every opportunity to show him by thrusting him into the faces of the audience. So I'm hoping that we'll see some more of that today.
Very nicely described there, and you know, I think it was a very smart strategic decision. He was thinking Flash thinks he's the better player, therefore he's going to play standard. He's not going to need to cheese against me, and therefore I can get away with 14 CC. And it turned out exactly the way he had planned. And you know, right now Flash just can't keep up with Firebat Hero's macro. I mean, he has just slightly later SCVs and that's slightly later command center, and that's why he has fewer SCVs. He's got fewer resources in general. Looks like, though, Firebat Hero this time has split up his forces a little bit, and Flash might temporarily take the advantage again. I do think Firebat Hero's production advantage is still going to tell, though, pretty soon. But this time around, looks like Firebat Hero loses his vultures. He's overextended himself. Both players just sticking to vultures, neither of them able to switch techs, and oftentimes in two-player maps with these wide ramps, I mean, we see this all the time. Wuthering Heights was an example. It wasn't a two-player map, but had a lot of ups and downs. We saw basically a lot of vulture-on-vulture action. Destination is another map where we often see all vultures for quite a long time, and just notice tanks can't come out right now. There's just way too many mines and way too many vultures. Vultures will just surround those tanks and destroy them. But whoever eventually does change tech first, I think will have a little bit of an advantage when they do it safely. They'll have to win a battle with the vultures first, and looks like both players are trying to do that. Flash now is moving into Firebat Hero's natural.
Yeah, Flash is putting some pressure on Firebat Hero. I thought he was going to lose this battle, and it looks like he is. Firebat Hero forced to bring a couple of SCVs out, but Flash has got reinforcements arriving as well, and Flash, I don't know how he's managed to do this. He was certainly behind, and now he's going to be able to inflict some damage on Firebat Hero's economy. Firebat Hero has made the switch to siege tanks. He's produced a couple of siege tanks, which is maybe why he doesn't have as many vultures as you would expect him to. He's also putting his SCVs out. Meanwhile, Spider-Man's going down for Flash, but Firebat Hero managed to kill them with a quick comsat scan, take them out. So Firebat Hero has the siege tank out first. Flash is doing quite well despite the economic disadvantage he has, and it's hard to tell whether or not he's managed to equalize that. We all know what a beast Flash is with his micro. And Flash once again coming in. The problem for him is there are 3 siege tanks now out for Firebat Hero, but Firebat Hero only has about 4 or 5 vultures. If Flash can actually get in there, and Flash picks off another siege tank before pulling back. So Firebat Hero is getting ready to make a strongish push here, and he just needs to massively boost. And oh my god, Spider-Man goes into the siege tank and does massive damage. Firebat Hero is going to need to repair that straight away, so he pulls a couple of SCVs out to repair his damaged units. So far, Firebat Hero is a little bit locked into his base, and it gives Flash a small opportunity to maybe try and get another expansion out for the later game, although I'm not sure he would have the resources to spare that right now. Both players macroing very, very heavily. And Flash, unfortunately, still not with a single siege tank, so it does look like Firebat Hero. And Firebat Hero, with some great micro, taking out a couple of the spider mines. But those spider mines are going to slow Firebat Hero down a little bit, and Flash needs that time desperately.
Yeah, but I just can't believe how many spider mines out on the field, and really it's very difficult to tell who's or who. And now we're looking to see a lot of vultures just hanging out right side of his base, so it's definitely going to be difficult for him to move out, but he is slowly making progress, but a lot of vultures. The question is, who is going to have the bigger advantage? Are the tanks going to win it, or the vultures? And right now, it's a little hard to tell because Firebat Hero is losing a lot of vultures in the process. Mines going down all over the place, but it looks like Firebat Hero is going to be able to defend that without much of a problem, and at the same time, he's trying to sneak some vultures around the side of Flash's army, maybe to try to take the high ground, and Siege Tech is out now, and this is actually going to be, I think, very tough for Flash to make any more forward momentum for himself going into Firebat Hero's base. A couple more well-placed scans, and he'll be able to take out majority of the spider mines out on the field, and so really, that's, I think, the only big thing stopping him. But Flash now has siege tanks of his own, and he's got a second expansion going up in the top right section of the map, so it looks like Flash is going to start coming ahead on macro, unless Firebat Hero can do some damage and secure a expansion of his own.
Absolutely. I mean, Flash taking the opportunity here while Firebat Hero is still somewhat contained to try to gain his own economic advantage. Wow, can't talk. Yeah, basically, Flash needs to put himself in a containing position here on Firebat Hero's base. Firebat Hero, meanwhile, has moved some vultures on the left side. Oh, and Firebat Hero a little carelessly losing a tank there. He was trying to do some micro. I'm not sure if that other mine killed anything. Doesn't look like it killed anything. But he's trying to advance here. Obviously, he's got to suspect Flash is expanding at this point, seeing that Flash doesn't have that many units coming forward. And Flash looks like he's gotten a sort of a position here, only with 2 tanks, though, versus a lot more tanks for Firebat Hero. Flash's 2 tanks are probably not going to succeed here in holding, but he's got a ton of vultures behind there. However, there's just so many tanks by Firebat Hero. Given the fact he switched to tanks earlier and he didn't have to lose all those minerals in vultures that Flash had to. So Flash trying his best there. You saw that he ran a vulture through to get to absorb a hit there that otherwise would have killed off his tank. Very smart micro there by Flash, but he's forced to concede this position. And I think Firebat Hero is trying to expand here. Flash takes out the SCV, but I think Firebat Hero is soon going to be able to advance successfully against Flash.
Yeah, oh my god, Flash coming in again with the Vultures, trying to get in close with the Siege Tanks. He managed to take another couple of Siege Tanks out. Flash has a couple of Siege Tanks placed, and great Spider Mines by Flash. He's really doing a job of slowing Firebathero down, and that's really what he needs to do. He needs to slow and slow and slow. Meanwhile, Flash also harassing Firebathero's expansion that Firebathero was trying to set up at the 7 o'clock position at the bottom left-hand corner of the map, and he managed to take out that SCV there, so Firebathero's had to send some units to try and mop that up. Meanwhile, Flash has got 2 expansions running. He's got the expansion at the 1 o'clock position, as well as another one at the 3 o'clock position, which is where Firebathero, and you've got to give Flash so much credit for the genius with which he's played this game, but it's still Flash, the credit for the genius with which he's played the game after he started off behind, but Firebathero still, I feel, in a stronger position because of the slight military advantage he has on the ground, but Flash, what he did was he produced mass Vultures and delayed, just trying to buy himself as much time as he could, and he did it brilliantly, just bought himself enough time and delayed Firebathero enough to try and get himself into a decent defensive position to now try and take the economic advantage versus Firebathero, and the game to me now seems to be all square because Firebathero doesn't have the superiority that he had early on with the tanks and the Vultures, and Flash with some genius play just managed to slow Firebathero enough, but Firebathero has got a decent mix of units. He's got Siege Tanks, Goliaths, and Vultures, but the problem for Firebathero is that Flash has got 2 extra expansions now on top of his, so it's just a question of what exactly Flash can do, and oh my god, Firebathero just running straight at those Spider Mines. He should just see and get, he's gonna, he manages to take out most of the Spider Mines without losing too much, but he has taken significant damage to his Goliaths. The question is whether Flash has enough units to defend on all fronts. He's using the Vultures to great effect. This is just a real demonstration of how to make maximum use of your Vultures by Flash, but he's still a little bit under the cosh. He's still not out of the woods yet.
Yeah, and TVT, man, it's all about map control, and Flash doing a great job, really, just with Spider Mines. I mean, the Vultures are playing amazing, and he gets around again and take out that SCV once again, and he may even force Firebathero to cancel that command center, although Firebathero is coming with some reinforcements, but definitely not enough to deal with all those Vultures, although it looks like he slowly is going to have enough, and oh man, those mines coming out again, which only slow him down even more. So Flash going to be forced to retreat at this point. Firebathero just completely wasting some troops, just kamikazing his way through those minefields, not caring at all about losing these troops, and really, oh my god, thank God for his sake that they outlawed illegal allied mines, and look at those mines just surrounding those tanks, and that is just going to take everything out, and now Firebathero is just losing so many units to mines, and mines are so cheap that the cost-effective play that's coming out of Flash is just amazing. And now you got to remember that he's had 2 extra running, fully functional expansions over Firebathero, and Firebathero struggling to get up that 3rd base. And I think Flash at this point has almost sealed his victory.
Absolutely crazy here. I mean, 1 fact into command center versus 14 command center is the closest to a build order loss that a Terran versus Terran can have. That's like almost like a 9-pool versus 12 hatch when the 9-pool kills off a lot of drones and the 12 hatch still somehow comes back. That's how unlikely it is for Flash to have won this, but it does look like Flash is going to win this. Flash, just like Jaedong, an absolute cheater, you know, he's supposed to lose, damn it. You know, like Firebathero put down the rock, Flash put down the scissors, but it turned out his scissors are made out of, you know, Eternium, and they just smashed the crap out of Firebathero's rock. So, I mean, you know, there's nothing more that can be said. Flash should not have won this game, but he just showed absolutely great Vulture control, like you said. You know, he's definitely like a Neo-Nada this game. Actually sounds pretty bad, Neo-Nada, not anything else that also is Neo. But he's like Neo-Nada this game, playing like the Tornado Terran with his Vultures, and I gotta say, what an exciting opening to the Group of Death here.
Yeah, that Vulture action was definitely XXX rated by Flash. The amount of Spider Mines that took out Siege Tanks, horrendous losses for Firebathero, and he just hasn't been able to recover. And again, you just have to give Flash immense amount of credit for trusting his instincts and trusting his skill, and just going with, and Firebathero's Siege Tanks are just helpless to those Vultures. And you know, you know, it's all about, this is the beauty of StarCraft, this is the beauty of war. Flash may have been outgunned, he may have been underpowered, he may not have had the stronger economy, but he had one thing going for him, which was maneuverability, and he decided to use that maneuverability to take out his enemy's giant troops by having his small troops. It's like having soldiers running under the legs of elephants and cutting off the legs of the elephants, and the king sitting on top of the elephant falls down because of it. And Flash, with his extra maneuverability, has just run circles around Firebathero this entire game, and fully earned this victory, and just showed us why he is the prodigy player that he is.
Yeah, and it looks like we're not going to be seeing any ball thrusting from Firebathero, at least not after this game. So I got to say, it looks like Flash is going to move on to the winners
His
match.
balls are shrinking.
They are. But hey, the water was cold, man, all right? Just leave him alone. So we'll have to see if he's able to pull something out in the losers match. Hopefully he does, being one of my favorite players. But I got to say, and GG. Flash just doing a great job this match, and I can't take anything away from his play. Obviously, the build order loss that we thought was coming to Flash was non-existent for a player like his caliber, and so he's just able to pull it out from the ground with pure strength, pure force, and manages to take the win. So GG to Flash.
Yeah, I mean, he's showing why he is the best TVT player out there. Forget your Lidas and you forget your, Hayas, whatever those upstarts are. We have here the Terminator, and the Terminator is, like I said, found his alternate power source after some had, falsely said he was dead or, at least dysfunctional. He is showing that he is still the steamroller so far in this series. However, it remains to be seen how well he does against Jaedong on Destination. Next game, we're going to have Byzantium 2, and it's going to be Hwasun versus Jaedong. It should be a very exciting match. I'm hoping that Hwasun goes Medic Marines and Jaedong shows us the power of Ensnare once again.